How's it going, guys, and welcome to this week's vlog. Now this week's a bit different and I'm trying to start a new sort of playlist or like a consistent theme for some of my future vlogs.
Hey.
And Emmy's here as well.
That's it.
I've lost train of thought now. Basically, me and Emmy went to Staircase House last weekend, and also we like to go to other places like that, so just interesting old houses. And it got me thinking as we were walking around, because a lot of the bottom sheds and stuff in Staircase House where they kept the animals and the cows and stuff like that were similar-ish to my house. And because I've lived here for a very long time, and ever since I was like young, you never really think so much about your house as having much of a historical past because it's just your house. But it got me thinking, and the more I thought about it and the more questions it raised, the more I was interested. And basically what I want to do is I want to start a vlogging series where I try and find out more and more about this house that I live in, because it's a very interesting old farmhouse, and I believe it might even date back to the 18th century or so. So it's got a fair bit of age in it, and it's had quite a lot of families in, and I think it's just got a very good history, which will be very interesting. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start the journey today, and potentially maybe I'll do another one next week, but it could be the week after and stuff. So it's just going to be whenever I've got free time and I'm able to do a video about it is when I will do it. So yeah, today it is absolutely horrible outside. So where we're starting our journey is at the library. Little VXR down there, lovely. But what we're going to do is we're basically going to go to the library. My mum was telling me that there is potentially, I don't know if they're still there, but a long time ago you could go and you could have a look at pictures of this house through like a binocular thing. You know those things where you put the picture down and it lights up and you can see it and stuff, like a really old photo of this house. And there might even be a little bit more history about this house. So where's it gone? Oh my days, I've lost my library card. I only had it 5 minutes ago. Library card. I found it. So my mum's dug out my library card from when I was about 3 years old, which they probably won't even accept as a real library card because it's so old. But we're going to go with that, hopefully try and get some answers and more answers about this house and just see what we can find out. I'm actually so excited about this sort of playlist of videos because I think it's just going to be so fun and so interesting to find stuff out. So without going on too much anymore, I'm going to take you guys to the library and we're going to go see what we can find out.
See? See that for? Thanks. It's all for me.
If you want it.
I'm just joking. Do you get one as well, the same?
Yeah.
Woohoo!
He said get what I was going to get, so.
Put him.
He said to get what I was going to get.
What did you get? Oh, what's this? What is it?
Popcorn chicken and a barbecue wrap. With chips, I think.
Thanks. You're a gem.
So, I've just picked him up some lunch because we've just been to the library and spent quite a while. I have no idea how long. But
Like a good hour.
yeah, maybe like a good hour just flicking through random bits of book. And we unfortunately haven't found out too much like incredible information. However, the one thing that was really interesting that we found out was there was at least mention of the house in 1881, making the house at least a minimum of 239 years old. Yeah. So that just makes me want to go and find out more stuff even more because of how much can happen in 239 years. So I bought Emmy a KFC as a bit of a treat for having to look through so many books. So we're going to eat our lunch now and then see where we go from there. I might go through some of my findings after lunch and show what I know so far, which isn't a hell of a lot, but it just leaves, if anything, it just leaves us with more questions. So kind of a good thing, kind of a bad thing, I don't really know. Anyway, I'm gonna have my lunch. In fact, whilst we're having our lunch, I decided to have a bit of a Google around to see if I could find anything about the house. But there wasn't a ton of stuff. It's quite hard, especially with it dating back to before sort of the internet was a thing. There isn't a lot about the house on there. There's just sort of some main things. The problem is I can't find anywhere to sort of start my sort of search. I've been told a couple of things by Mum of sort of what she knows about the house before, but I don't really know where to start. Like, I don't have like a definite place. At the minute I'm sort of leaning towards starting at 1881 because that's the first sort of record I can find, but potentially the house goes back further. However, I don't really know. But I do know something I definitely want to explore, and that is we have a milking parlour underneath the house, and I'm pretty much sure there's a sign in there of who did the work and who made the milking parlour, like who the company was that made the milking parlour, and I'm pretty much sure that had a year on it, so I think that'd be a great place to sort of investigate. And what are you doing?
What?
And that'd be a great place to sort of search and investigate. So I think that is where I'm not going to start, but I'm going to sort of look more into that. Anyway, we're going to go to CX now because we're going to go find a film or a game or something. So we're going to go there, and then we're going to go back home, and I'm hopefully going to go have a look and see what the year was and what the company was that made the milking parlour underneath the house. So guys, I'm in the milking parlour that's underneath the house, and that right there is what I came in for, and it's what could potentially be the starting point in our sort of bit of discovery. And this is, it's hard to make out, but it says Forward milking machine made in England by R.I. Forward and Bland Limited, Elmsmere, can't really read that word there, London, and then the rest of the words down here are still quite hard. Clerkwell 440. I was hoping this would have a year, but obviously it doesn't. However, this is another one of the really interesting things. It is, you know, a milking parlour with all its pipes and whatnot underneath. So this was another thing I really wanted to explore. Whilst I was going through the books in the library, it did say that during 1881, which was where I found this little article here, all the pastures and all that were used for dairy cows. So I don't think, I'm pretty much sure it doesn't date back to 1880 or that sort of area, maybe like 1950 or so, but I am really interested to find out when this was installed and used and stuff, because obviously now we don't use it as a milking farm because we've got beef cows. So really interesting. I'm going to do a little bit more research on this company here now.
I'm going to wash my hands, okay?
Bye-bye.
Good idea, Quinn. So guys, me and Imi have been back home. We've obviously had our DVDs. We didn't actually watch the DVDs we got. We happened to get, we didn't really know what to get, so we got Taxi and Dark Places, which we have no idea. We didn't end up watching them. In fact, we ended up playing on the Nintendo GameCube Wii hybrid thing on The Sims 2, so that was really nice. But yeah, that's what we ended up doing. Before we did that, whilst we were having our dinner, I had a bit of a Google around the nameplate of the milking parlour people, and it turns out they're now a company called Forward Paco, and I sent them an email just asking if they have potentially any records of when they might have put that milking parlour in, and yeah, just hopefully I might be able to find a little bit of information out about that, but if not, then I don't. However, if I did, then it'd at least give me another lead and another bit of information. I've really enjoyed today having this sort of bit that I can base my videos around. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Please let me know down in the comments below if you have done, and just let me know what sort of things you'd like to find out, or just sort of, I don't know, just let me know what you guys think to this sort of mini series that I'm doing. What I've decided I'm going to do is I probably won't do an episode next weekend based around the history of the house. However, I'm going to try and build a couple of things up and then do one episode where I've got a lot of things to sort of reveal, because as this is the start of my series and I had no idea that I was sort of going to actually do it until today, I haven't really had a lot of time other than today to sort of find stuff out. And although we went to the library and spent quite a few hours searching things up, we haven't found a ton of stuff, so hopefully I'll be able to find some very interesting things within the next couple of weeks and I'll be able to condense that down onto one video. Anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed watching. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe. I'll hopefully see you in next week's video.